Alright, let's get straight to it. We need to talk about money and more specifically, your money. For way too long, the whole topic of personal finance has been made to sound incredibly complicated. Like it's some secret club only Wall Street guys in expensive suits are allowed to join. But that's just not true. Understanding your finances is not a luxury. It's a fundamental life skill that nobody should go without. It's the difference between constantly worrying about next month's rent and having the freedom to make choices, whether that's quitting a job you hate, traveling, or just not panicking every time you get a surprise bill. This isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about building a solid foundation for your future, $1 at a time. Think of it this way. You wouldn't get in a car and start driving across the country without a map or a GPS, right? You'd probably end up lost, out of gas, and frustrated. Well, your financial life is that cross-country road trip. Without a plan, without understanding the basic rules of the road, you're just driving blind. Learning about personal finance is your GPS. It tells you where you are, where you want to go, and the best route to get there. It helps you avoid the financial potholes and wrong turns that can set you back for years. It's about taking control of the steering wheel instead of just being a passenger hoping for the best. The sooner you start, the better off you will be. And it's all thanks to the magic of compound interest, which we'll get into later. But the main point is that time is your single greatest asset when it comes to building wealth. The financial habits you build today, right now, will have a massive impact on your life in 5, 10, or even 50 years. Ignoring your finances is like ignoring a small leak in your roof. At first, it's just a tiny drip, no big deal. But if you leave it alone, that small drip will eventually turn into a huge, expensive disaster. Taking the time to learn these basics now is the cheapest and easiest home insurance you can ever buy for your financial future. So let's drop the idea that this is too difficult or boring. This is about empowering yourself. It's about creating security and opportunity. Every single person, no matter their income or age, can benefit from understanding how money works. The goal here isn't to become an expert overnight. It's to learn a few key principles that will help you make smarter decisions. It's about shifting your mindset from being a passive consumer to an active manager of your own resources. It's your money, your life, and your future. It's time to start paying attention to it, because trust me, nobody else is going to do it for you. Okay, let's tackle the word that makes everyone groan: budgeting. I get it. It sounds restrictive, like putting your finances on a strict diet of only bread and water, but that's the wrong way to look at it. A budget is not about restriction, it's about awareness. It's simply a tool that tells you exactly where your money is going. That's it. You can't make a plan to improve your financial situation if you have no idea what you're spending your money on every month. The first step is just to track everything. For 1 month, write down every single purchase, from your morning coffee to your monthly subscriptions. You can use a simple notebook, a spreadsheet, or a budgeting app. It doesn't matter. The goal is to get a crystal clear picture of your cash flow. Once you've tracked your spending for a month, you'll probably be surprised. You might find you're spending $100 on coffee, or a crazy amount on subscription services you forgot you even had. This is the aha moment. Now you can create a simple budget. A popular method is the 50-30-20 rule. This means you allocate 50% of your after-tax income to your needs, rent, utilities, groceries, 30% to your wants like dining out, hobbies, entertainment, and a very important 20% to savings and debt repayment. This isn't a rigid law, it's a guideline. You can adjust the percentages to fit your own life and goals, but it gives you a solid starting point for making conscious decisions about your money. Now let's talk about the fun part, saving. Once you know where your money is going, you can start finding places to cut back. That $100 coffee habit? Maybe you can make coffee at home and save over $1,000 a year. Those unused subscriptions? Cancel them. It's free money. A great strategy is to pay yourself first. This means that as soon as you get your paycheck, you immediately transfer a set amount, that 20% or whatever you decide, into a separate savings account. Don't even let it sit in your checking account where you might be tempted to spend it. Automate this transfer so it happens without you even thinking about it. This is how you build an emergency fund, which should be your first savings goal. Having an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses is non-negotiable. This is your financial safety net. It's the money that keeps a surprise car repair or a sudden job loss from turning into a full-blown financial crisis. Keep this money in a high-yield savings account. It's a type of savings account that pays a much higher interest rate than the pathetic 0.01% you get at a traditional bank. Your money will grow a little bit faster, but it's still safe and easily accessible when you need it. Budgeting and saving aren't about punishment. They are the essential first steps toward building a life where you are in control of your money, not the other way around. So you've mastered your budget and you're consistently saving money? That's fantastic. But letting that money just sit in a savings account forever is a huge mistake because of something called inflation, which is the slow increase in the price of everything. Your saved cash is actually losing value over time. To truly build wealth, you need to make your money work for you. You need to invest it. Investing is simply using your money to buy assets that have the potential to grow in value over time. It's how you turn your small pile of savings into a much larger pile, all thanks to the power of compound interest, where your earnings start generating their own earnings. It's the closest thing we have to a real-life money-making machine. For most beginners, the simplest and most effective way to start investing is through the stock market. Now don't let that scare you. You don't need to be a Wall Street genius picking individual stocks. The easiest entry point is a low-cost index fund or an ETF, like one that tracks the S&P 500. When you buy a share of an S&P 500 index fund, you're essentially buying a tiny piece of the 500 largest companies in the United States. Instead of betting on one company to succeed, you're betting on the American economy as a whole to grow over the long term. Historically, that has been a very, very good bet. It's a diversified, hands-off approach that has consistently outperformed most professional money managers. Then you have the Wild West of investing cryptocurrency. You've heard of Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are digital currencies secured by cryptography, existing on a decentralized network called a blockchain. To put it simply, they are a new form of money and a technology platform that isn't controlled by any single bank or government. The potential for massive returns is huge, but so is the risk. The prices are incredibly volatile, meaning they can swing up and down dramatically in a very short period. If you decide to dip your toes into crypto, it should only be with a very small portion of your investment portfolio, money you can genuinely afford to lose. Think of it as a high-risk, high-reward lottery ticket, not your retirement plan. The key to successful investing, whether in stocks or crypto, is to have a long-term mindset. Don't panic and sell everything when the market dips. Market corrections and crashes are a normal part of the cycle. The best strategy is often to just keep investing a consistent amount of money on a regular schedule, a practice known as dollar cost averaging. This removes emotion from the equation and ensures you buy more shares when prices are low and fewer when they are high. Open a brokerage account, set up automatic investments into a low-cost index fund, and then try your best to forget about it. Let time and compounding do the heavy lifting for you. Saving and investing are crucial, but they are only one side of the equation. The other side is increasing your income. No matter how much you cut back on lattes, there's a limit to how much you can save. But there is no limit to how much you can earn. This is where side hustles and online businesses come in. A side hustle is simply anything you do to make extra money outside of your main job. It could be anything from driving for a ride-share service or delivering food to freelancing online with skills you already have, like writing, graphic design, or video editing. The goal is to find something that leverages your time or skills to generate extra cash flow that you can then use to accelerate your savings and investments. Now, let's talk about the next level, building an online business and creating passive income streams. Passive income is money you earn without having to actively work for it. You do the work up front, and the system you create continues to generate money for you. Think about creating a YouTube channel, starting a blog, or selling digital products like ebooks or online courses. It takes a lot of effort to get started, but once it's up and running, it can earn you money while you sleep. The key is to find a niche you're passionate or knowledgeable about, create valuable content that helps people, and be consistent. It won't happen overnight, but the potential for financial and personal freedom is enormous. This is where things get really interesting in 2025. Artificial intelligence is no longer science fiction. It's a powerful tool that you can use to make money online, even as a complete beginner. AI can supercharge your side hustle. For example, you can use AI tools like ChatGPT to help you brainstorm business ideas, write blog posts, create social media content, or even write code for a simple website. You can use AI image generators like Midjourney to create unique designs for a print-on-demand t-shirt business without any artistic skill. AI can act as your personal assistant, your copywriter, and your graphic designer, massively speeding up the process of building an online income stream. The first step is to just start experimenting. Don't get paralyzed by trying to find the perfect idea. Pick one thing that sounds interesting and give it a try. Want to start a YouTube channel about your hobby? Use AI to generate a list of 50 video ideas and write your first script. Want to sell digital planners on Etsy? Use AI to help you design them and write compelling product descriptions. The opportunities are endless. The journey to financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. It's built on small, consistent actions, tracking your spending, saving a little from each paycheck, investing for the long term, and exploring new ways to earn. Keep learning, stay consistent, and you will build the future you want.